Verdedigen van mijn back. Ja. Ja, 100%.
So good afternoon or good morning, still in South Africa. We are going to chat with Zane Kirschner, former Bulls and Springbok player, now coaching at SWD in George. We've been working with Zane for a while now and chatting about everything going on in George. Yeah, welcome, Zane. It's nice to have you on our show today. And obviously, SA Cup kicking off this weekend. You guys are in Nelspruit. Nice, hot and humid. We had a chat with Jimmy and he's captain yesterday. So, how are things with you guys? We know you guys are obviously rebuilding in George to kind of grow rugby again there. So, how are you guys been adapting and how's things been at SWD? Zane, can you hear us?
Yeah, Mr. Bothma, thank you for having me. I think, and obviously for all the viewers and listeners, long preseason. Yeah, loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back online now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think we've lost Zane. Let me just get him back online again. You're back online?
Do you have me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. No, I think obviously season, guys are getting agitated with regards to they want to get out on the field because as a pro athlete, the guys want to only run that much, and obviously they want to compete. So I think it's good that the season is actually ready to start. I was starting away from home up in Nelspruit at this very moment. Nice challenge waiting us like 5 o'clock. Everything that we prepared for. So looking forward to that opportunity.
Yeah, and Zane, just give us a bit of a kind of intro into SWD and how things are going there. What you guys have implemented over the last season or two. You guys obviously played in the final last year in the Currie Cup First Division. So, how's things changed at SWD? Do you guys have any new guys for the season? And how are things going with you guys?
Yeah, as I said, prep went pretty good. Probably one or two niggles, but not the worst. So in that regard, pretty positive. A couple of additions to the group in terms of general depth that we felt we needed to bring some, can put it that way. So pretty positive in that regard, and also pretty keen to see how those guys go about their first opportunities at this level. They've adapted well to obviously the preseason challenge. For us, I think we're busy with something nice, which always takes a bit of process of time with regards to all systems falling in line and all mindsets and all thoughts with regards to collective from an organization perspective. Those are all little things that play a big part for us eventually being able to even reach what we want to reach. But I think generally in camp, the guys settled in well. Everything went according. So plan is on the table, and exciting to see how the guys will match up, especially not just to a team of the status, but also to the climate. Obviously, weather change, humidity slightly higher than what it is down at the coast. So those are all little things that plays a part in the outcome of these processes. But I think with regards to how preparation went, pretty positive.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to change again. Just want to move away from this noise.
No, it's fine. just on that as well, Zane, I mean, what are your guys's, I mean, what's your viewing on the importance of the SA Cup for the smaller unions across South Africa? I mean, that's obviously something we want to try and change and create more awareness about this. But how important is this SA Cup for you guys as a smaller union, if we can call it that?
Yeah, I think obviously for majority of athletes, regardless of where they play, they would like to measure and come up against which we always say deemed to be the best. And I think with the SA Cup, it allows smaller unions like ours to obviously get a decent punch at that teams that's been it's been local domestic Currie Cup champions over the past 4 or 2 years, meaning it's a great challenge in that respect for our players to eventually uh, measure themselves, but also to make that step up of what the demand at that level on a weekly basis would be. So I think it's a good platform. I'm very excited about the structure of the SA Cup and the opportunity that lays within it with regards to our men on a weekly basis being able to perform against those
Yeah.
type of challenges. We're quite
Yeah, and I mean,
excited.
Zane, you obviously played for the Springboks and you've been across the globe. I mean, we've chatted a couple of times regarding transformation of rugby in South Africa. And I mean, how important do you think your inclusion is in the rebuilding of SWD's rugby down south?
Yeah, I think I'm sometimes a very difficult guy to be understood. Obviously, I'm trying to see things quite far down the line with how I see systems, how I see the organization, how I see us finding our desired footprint within our city again, and then obviously in local domestic rugby within South Africa. But I think that is the bigger plan, and those processes are always things that it goes slower than what we would want. I think what will probably speed up those type of ambitions is that results starting to show with on the field, and there is really a change in performance and behavior on a daily basis from a cultural perspective, where you can see that those small changes will be made and how it can impact. I mean, the Garden Route is a great place to be. One of the biggest uh, cities within the country currently flocking with feet. So I think the energy of the city and also where the movement of a lot of things are going, I think it's quite important for us as SWD Eagles to come back and honestly find and restore that value to the badge and get people behind the scheme.
Yeah, and I mean, on that point, how important is the local support for you guys in this SA Cup? I mean, we try to do as much as we can to get people into the stadiums, but just for the fans out there that support SVD and rugby, everyone wants to watch the Springbok games. But how important is it for the community to get behind their local teams, to support the SVD when they play in George? How important is that for you guys?
Yeah, I think if I look at team selection and also the bigger squad, it was important that I call it the local flavor was still part and parcel of the bigger picture, and it also showed to our public that the trust has been shown in our local systems, and obviously, yeah, there is a bit of a systematical disconnect, if I can put it that way, at this moment where there's still a bit of a stance between while
Yeah.
certain things are being seen within the region and within the union. But I think if I look at the depth in local quality that's going to be representing this badge over the next 10 to 12 weeks, it's quite exciting to know that the public, especially the local public, can see that is local kids, born and bred, went through certain structures down there, and here they're getting an opportunity at the biggest domestic platform, which a lot of people sometimes seem to believe that it shouldn't be done that way. I'm a guy. I like to go. I like to go see what is in my backyard,
Yeah,
trying to polish one or two things, and then eventually see what we can create from that. So
yeah,
I'm pretty positive about that. And obviously, as I said earlier, um, start implementing a couple of results going our way. And I think that's
yeah.
that's the great and bigger buy-in from the local communities and the public.
Yeah, and just, I mean, how important do you think it'll be for SWD to qualify for the Currie Cup Premiership competition? I mean, that would be huge for you guys, and also for the Garden Route, like you mentioned earlier. I think there's so much potential in George. Me and yourself have had a lot of conversations about the potential down there. So, I mean, how much upliftment do you think that will cause for you guys if you do qualify to play in the Currie Cup later in the season?
Uh, I mean, not only will we rewarding for this group for the hard work that it's put in, but also think about the incentive with regards to the self belief from that region. I mean,
Mm,
getting back into a local domestic competition that has been on for decades, world renowned, but also we as local South Africans know the value that it holds,
yeah.
and what it brings to your stadiums and what it brings to your local fans. And
Mm,
for me personally, as a youngster, as a 12, 13, 14-year-old, I was lucky enough to experience those glory days with SWD in the late 90s and obviously the early 2000s. So those memories are still very embedded in my being. I think those are the small little things and glimpses that I see on a daily basis.
yeah.
And that is everything that we're gunning for at this very moment, to make sure that we're putting the right foot forward to obviously be in contention for those opportunities that is currently there.
Yeah,
Um, but I think for the city, as I said, there's such an influx of feed currently, and I think there's a desperate need for that. Not just the gathering, but the psychological change of
mm,
people re-believing again that, listen, it's possible that smaller
yeah,
cities can produce and smaller cities can compete. And I mean, that's not even much to say about the city itself. We got the mountains, we got the beaches. So majority of players in public. There's obviously some great entertainment off the field as well. So yeah, Gardenwood at the moment is definitely one of the areas within South Africa where you want to be.
yeah. And I mean, tonight we've got the mayor of George against the mayor of Nelspruit going up against each other. So yeah, it's going to be a big game for you guys. Also, a tough one for Boerland, obviously facing the Cheetahs. This weekend. I mean, what are you guys expecting from this weekend's game? We know it's tough traveling up, and I know your guys' traveling experiences aren't always great, which is problematic for the growth of our rugby. And I think we need to do a lot more from a SA Rugby's perspective to help the smaller unions travel a bit more comfortable as well. We've seen this across the board in the URC, and I think a lot has to be done regarding the travel. So yeah, I mean, if you can give us a bit of a insight into how you guys got up to Nelspruit, bus flights, and then yeah, just what you guys are expecting this weekend from the Pumas.
Yeah, I think firstly logistically, obviously all credit to the union and from a logistic perspective, everything went pretty smooth yesterday. Guys got on flight, got to the destination right on time, which was good from a timing perspective, from a logistic setup perspective. That was pretty good. I think the elements that, with regards to conditions and altitude, heat, etc., those are things that's normally play a role. But those are things that's out of our hands with regards to, it's part and parcel of the game.
Mm,
Interesting you're saying mayor versus mayor. No. I would rather say guest in the mayor's environment. So as a guest, I must probably play it play it very gentle with regards to coming into the city.
mm.
Look, obviously, huge respect to the Pumas for who they are, for what they've been doing over the past years. So, it's good for what they've been doing. It's coach Osman. Uh, Tough group of people. So you know the challenge, and obviously there's way conditions and the elements external plays a role in that scenarios. But for the challenge itself, oh, I mean, so much of a great opportunity to be part and to come to somebody's backyard and to knock on his door and to say, well, listen here, there's a guest. We're going to find a way to open the door in some sort of manner. So I think that is exciting for me in a whole. So the fact that we're here, um, the guys settling as quick as possible on the field, that's normally the ultimate difference with regards to either player about 80 minutes to go. But from an logistic perspective, everything went according to according to those things off the field.
And then just on your group of players, obviously there's not much coverage on the smaller unions in the kind of larger media spectrum of South African rugby. So I mean, give our people that watches our programs and that's involved with Octafield and Megaphone Rugby just a bit of insight regarding some players that we can keep our eye on that you think could potentially be the next big stars for South African rugby.
Yeah, I think obviously how certain things are being perceived around environments. I like to value people, and in that regard, I always put my 100% faith in the group of men that I have, regardless of what the external is saying. I think
Mm.
there's a good few men within this group that will definitely put their hand up for greater accolades. If it's not throughout this year, but definitely in the near future. And obviously, it's to be done in such a way that we, as a union, make sure that those guys they stay put in the process of what we're busy with, trying to really restore and rebuild this brand in the next 3 years. So it's important for us, not for those guys, just to perform at such a level of external interest, but to
Yeah.
perform at such a level to rebuild that confidence within this group. So I'm definitely not going to mention a lot of names because I always feel that that puts a little bit of an extra target on the back of their shirts. But I think, yeah, I'm pretty pleased and very confident with the group of men that I have. And I think as everything is coming together now, it's nicely formed in such a way that we can start rebuilding on a lot of values that I feel and I believe that will restore the process of.
Mm.
What our mission is at the moment.
Yeah. And just before I let you go, now you guys are obviously playing this afternoon. What are your guys' expectations for this SA Cup? Obviously playing to qualify for the Curry Cup, but also growing your guys' development down there. So, I mean, what is your biggest expectations from this SA Cup that you guys want to take away from?
Yeah, first obviously last year was not a big shock, but it was something totally new. I mean, we all
Mm.
have our expectations of what a competition should be like, how the players are going to adapt, and how fast they're going to adapt. For majority of my men here, it's second round, taking a bite of the cherry with regards to the type of challenges, the demand that this level will be.
Yeah.
Obviously, outside to say, all right, we want to go, we go into top four. That's what it is. We're going to challenge, we go out to compete, and we go out to win games. So, first and foremost, is that we will definitely come out with, with the intent of pride and that will definitely be seen in our way that we perform. So
Yeah.
that was the aim, and through that process, hopefully we can achieve all the smaller goals that we set aside for ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good luck for this evening's game. We'll definitely catch up with you next week, again after your game this weekend. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing the rise of SWD Rugby with you at the head of that, and looking forward to doing more of these stuff with you guys as well and giving you guys some good exposure. And yeah, good luck, Zane. I hope you guys play well tonight, and we'll catch up next week.
100%. Thanks for the opportunity and the platform. Keep well.
Thank you. So, yeah, guys, as you heard, Zane Kirschner doing amazing stuff in George. SWD is definitely a team to be reckoned with this season. So, yeah, guys, it's really important. I think we need to get behind all of our local teams. We need to support the smaller unions. It's really important for the growth of our rugby. So let's get behind our local teams and support the guys. I think a lot of amazing things are happening down in George and SVD, as well as the rest of the SA Cup. So, yeah, that's our conclusion of this week's interviews with coaches and players. We'll be doing a lot more next week. So stay tuned. Please subscribe to Octafield's channels, Megaphone Rugby's channels. We are taking hands and we are growing rugby in South Africa. It's important to create a nice community behind each other. So thanks for all of our channel support, and please subscribe on all of our platforms so that you can get the latest updates and news. And we'll catch up with you guys again